beautiful Roberta's 4-piece English Shady self-heal Prunella plant collection. I know that's a mouthful.
I know.
We're going to tell you all about it. But we brought in 9,000 for the season, and now we have less than 2,700 remaining. Is that correct, Sean? 2,700. Double check with my producer. $31. These are really great ground cover for the shade, and yet they have beautiful flowers. And one thing we worry about with the ground flowers, ground covers sometimes are our pets. I have a new puppy. Is this safe for her? Because she likes to eat everything.
100% edible.
Okay.
Areas around the world have been eating the foliage of this plant for hundreds of years,
Okay, so safe for pets and children. Okay, what are we talking about here?
Well, this is called Prunella. It's a shade-loving ground cover. Let me make that clear. There's a lot of ground covers out there. Stonecrop, sedum, ice plant, thyme. They all need the sun. If you want to be a smart gardener, this is a plant that you want, because as a shady ground cover, you can have a gorgeous ground cover that produces bounties of colorful flowers.
And by the way, look at that color in the Freelander Blue.
I know, it is beautiful. And these are going to bloom this year, starting in May, bloom all the way into September.
Okay, so take us through what we get. You get the Freelander Bloom you just saw.
Yes, then you get one of the Bella Rose. They're so beautiful. And everyone has those big trees around your yard or the sides of the house that don't get any sunlight. All you get is weeds, or you have to lay mulch. If you're sick of laying the mulch and you're sick of weeding, plant this shady ground cover. Cover your ground with it. Get these gorgeous
So I just want to describe the colors. The Bella Rose was kind of like a lighter purple or a violet color. Here's that pure white.
The Grandiflora alba, and then in the background you see some baby's breath. This is just beacons of glorious white. Now these plants are so special because as a 4-piece collection, you're going to be getting each of these 4 colors. We'll show you the 4th one here in a second, the Summer Daze. And each of the plants that you get grows and expands 2 feet around this first year.
Nice. So these are perennials. They'll
Perennial,
come back.
oh yes.
And again, ground cover that grows in the shady areas.
Shade.
Now, is it a problem if part sun or in the sun?
They can handle half a day of sun, that's fine, but these are really, truly, they excel in the shade. So everyone, if you're sick of buying the mulch, laying it under those trees, because those big trees, nothing grows. Grass doesn't grow.
Except weeds.
Dan, I know that's probably your favorite job every summer.
No,
you like picking your weeds in your yard? I hate it.
I do too. Look at this, ground cover, and yet these have these beautiful blossoms. Now, when will these bloom?
These will bloom this year, starting in the end of May, and they're going to bloom all the way to September.
Oh, nice. Okay, and this is how they come?
This is how they come. And you can see these guys are so ready to take off for you. So each one of these plants, you plant it, you know, in the ground underneath those trees. This is going to expand and grow out 2 feet.
Wow, so it just takes off.
It just takes off. Exactly.
Right.
So this is just going to totally spread, and it's going to smother out the weeds in those shady areas. It's going to replace the mulch.
Hey, if I can save on weeding, come on, I'm all in. I love these. So I could put these under those trees in those shady areas, in a corner or on a side of the house, the north side of the house that never gets any sun. They're going to do just fine. Here's a little update for you. We started the season with 9,000 for the season. Now fewer than 2,000 to go around. And I like what you said, like with most ground covers, they're going to just take off, right, Devin?
Right, exactly. This ground cover is gorgeous because it just grows and expands just like that.
Take me through everything in the collection.
Yeah, the Freelander Blue, that's probably my favorite because it's like a true blue, or you know, and it gives you these gorgeous colors in the shade for
nice?
4 months.
We were talking on the last presentation that those areas need brightening.
Right, and the impatiens are great too, but these are a perennial ground cover. They're winter hardy down to -15 degrees, so you're gonna get these Bella Rose, gorgeous mauve rose-colored flowers every single year in the shady areas around your home.
Yeah, look at those, really pop and they really take off. So what about people that say I've got a brown thumb and I'm not good at growing plants? Are these easy to care for? Don't have to worry?
These are really simple plants to care for. They can handle terrible soil. They don't need to be watered very often. And in the shade, you know.
And there's our last one.
Here,
the
the
Alba.
last one, the Summer Daze.
Here's the last one.
It's like a nice, pretty soft pink.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because this plant that you've given us is really thick.
It is.
You're getting a lot. You can tell it's ready to just.
No, do you know?
out.
You know what can grow through them?
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
No weeds. You're not going to
Wow.
get any weeds
Yeah.
growing through your Prunella.
Reminds me of our Royal Palace rugs, so thick and
I know.
and tough and
Exactly.
deep. Yeah. Oh, got another update. 1,500 now remain out of 9,000 we brought in for the season. So these are popular again tonight. You got all kinds of greenery, lots of rich greenery to make the colors pop.
Yeah.
And so is this how they grow up
Yeah.
above the greenery, the blossoms, right?
Exactly. You know, the plant itself is just a few inches tall, and then the flowers remain for about 4 months, May to September. Now, what you're seeing on the whole table is a representation of about 2 collections this year. So imagine if you really want to solve all of your problems around the yard. You know, you're sick of mulching, you're sick of weeding
Yeah.
under those big trees in
Right.
those shady areas. This is a plant that you want.
Yeah. Do I have to do any deadheading or pinching?
No,
or none of that.
great
with it?
question. I forgot to bring that up. Because there's so many flowers, you'd say, oh no, like I'm gonna have to go deadhead all those.
Yeah.
You don't need to deadhead
Wow.
or pinch any of them.
What about hummingbirds and butterflies? Do they like these?
Because there's so many flowers, you know the hummingbirds and butterflies love them.
That's great. Just a potpourri of color. Great collection, a lot of, and I tell you, they're ready to take off. You
They
can
are.
tell by that plant in the potter that we're sending to you. We're sending you 4 of these plants for $31. Now you see the sign is up, limited quantity officially. We're into our final quantities on this. We brought in 9,000 for the season. There are fewer than 1,000 now that remain. And when we get below 1,000 for the season, they tend to go very quickly. So just to give you a heads up, if you want these tonight, you don't want to wait too much longer. They're beautiful.
I know that all we have for the season is what we have
Is it?
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. 4 different colors, ground cover for the shady areas. How many months of bloom time
They
do I
bloom
have?
for about 4 months.
Nice.
And then they come back every single year. And
Yeah.
you know, one of your plants, you're getting 4 plants. Each one of these will grow and expand about 2 feet around the first season.
Yeah. Can we show the roots?
Yeah,
Look
sorry.
at that. This is
Definitely.
loaded. I'm sorry. I noticed
Yeah.
it's loaded with
I
roots.
know, that's
you guys
why
have been,
it grows and expands 2 feet, this one plant, this season.
Wow.
But by the second season, it's going to double that.
I have a question. How far apart should I plant
Yeah,
these?
you can plant them, if you're a patient gardener, plant them about 3 to 4 feet apart. Or if you want to really just transform your yard quickly, plant them about 2 feet apart.
I got you. Okay. And again, help keep out the weeds. Wonderful ground cover for the shady areas. Only 500 remain for the whole season. M29253. All right. Another great job, Devin.
Thanks, Dan.
Boy, we are moving through. We're over an hour into our big 2-hour show.